Welcome to Auto Life channel. This is the Trifold mattress. Trifold mattress. That's how it looks. That's the space it takes up. This is a 2024 Toyota RAV4. Now this car is used for cargo also. So this is going to be a camper. You can see the dust. So every night, every time I prepare to set up camp, I'm going to have to clean the cargo area out. I have a mini vacuum. This is the amount of space it takes up. That's a split right there for the rear seats. And it's gonna lay flat. All right. So let's see if we can get this in a little bit more. Right there. All right, so up there, if you know about the RAV4s, there's an area right there, like a little valley where you can store stuff at. I have my jack and tools lying in the middle. So that's the space we have. Of course, we can push that in a little bit more. Let's get you a different angle. That's where I keep my tools at, and my jack stands up there. That's the valley, so I could place something there. I could remove. Well, I am going to remove that, the headrest, and the jack is right there. The like my 2.5 ton jack, full size jack, because I'm not getting stuck on the road. I have a tire plug kit. Electric impact, a Milwaukee, a multimeter, a few other tools. From this angle, all right, and that's the space you have on that will be the left side. Alright, so this, again, it's used as a cargo area, so it's multi-use. So I would have to clean it every time. This is the box Trifold mattress. Let's lay inside it, see how comfortable it is. Well, let's get one more angle. There's the old Corolla right there. So you can see my jack is there. So let's say not dilemma, but I have to be more, say, savvy to try to fit everything in here when I'm going to car camp or SUV camp, because I don't leave without being able to fix my own problems. So I'm going to carry my jack and my jack stands. Yeah, let's see how comfortable this is. So this is the valley right here. So I can organize that somehow and maybe fit the lithium battery back here. Maybe I can layer it, get that flat, and then put the lithium battery on top. Maybe put like a board or something to make that flat, and then put the lithium battery on top. That's a fire or something. That's an ambulance. All right. Let's lay on this thing and all right, definitely going to need, let me turn the car on. Definitely going to need some air circulation. Now I'm only if you're a heavier person, you're definitely going to need, well, no, need some circulation in here. So, this top part kind of blocks the vents. So let's turn the blower motor up. Now when you're camping, when I camp in here, I'm going to need airflow. Yeah, there we go. Now it's blowing. Now this would be sustainable. Now if I didn't, have airflow, this would be very uncomfortable. So I gotta have some airflow. So I have to manually put the blower motor up so I can get circulation through here, hot or cold. So the method I'm going to be using is the continuously running of the RAV4. And we're going to see how it sounds when it starts up. I could force the engine to start up. I have to press the gas pedal. Let me press the gas pedal so hear our sounds. It's not too bad. I think I hear more of the air blowing from the HVAC than I hear the engine. But I can hear it. I can subtly hear it. That's something I have to deal with if I'm going to use a continual run method. And when I'm not continuously running the engine, I can just use a lithium battery. And have a fan circulating air through. But seems to be comfortable. Well, again, this top part here, it bows down, so I'm going to have to get something to make it level. I have the jack on the floor. I can maybe get something flat and then stick the lithium battery on top of it. And the lithium battery will be right in front of the air vents right here, using the continually running the car method. So it'll keep it cool, keep the lithium battery cool. All right, and I'll be charging it at about 10 amps. I think that's about 1,000 watts. So that's a normal draw for the battery with a inverter. Say a 1,000 watt inverter, I can charge the lithium battery at 1,000 watts. That's normal amount of draw, as you saw with the with this car. You know, so the point is not to draw a large amount of amps from the traditional 12-volt battery that is not normally used to drawing. So 10 amps is reasonable, a reasonable draw from the battery, because the car is already using more than 10 amps normally with the traditional 12-volt lead acid battery. So I can keep my deep cycle battery charged, all right, at 1,000 watts. I believe that's 10 amps, a 10 amp draw. All right. Yeah, it's comfortable. I can see get some comfortable pillows, and maybe put a sheet down here. I would have to vacuum every time because this uses the cargo area also, and which won't take long. Or what I could do is I could put a cargo sheet down. I could clean this whole thing out, put a cargo sheet down, and put the cargo on top of it, and then when I'm ready to camp, empty the cargo out and then take the cargo sheet off, and everything will be already clean. That's, I think, is the better idea. Yeah. That's a better idea. Yeah, that's a better idea. That, just found it. Yep, we'll do that. We'll put a sheet down. That's for cargo. I'll put the cargo on top of the sheet. And then every night when we go to camp, we empty the cargo out and take the sheet out. So I'll put the lithium battery in this area. If I can do it in the middle, yeah, if I can put the lithium battery right here in the middle, that'll be good. And that'll be, the cold air will be blowing right on it. Now in the winter time, I'm not going to want the cold air blowing on it. So in the winter, I'm going to want heat if I'm using the continual draw running the car method. So winter, I'm going to want heat blowing out of those vents, and it definitely is blowing. Yeah. So we have to devise another plan for the winter time. I'm sure we can draw cold air in from the outside and blow it across the. Yeah, well, we'll devise a way to get some type of conduit to bring cold air from the outside and blow it across the lithium battery. We'll develop the plan. Any ideas, please write in the comment section for winter time, because I'm using the continual run method. That's what I'm going to use. I've already decided. All right. Unless you have better ideas, because I want hot and I want cold, and depending on the temperature outside, I want the proper ventilation, and this seems to be the best method. Just run the car. It's a hybrid, 2024 hybrid, RAV4. All right. You can see the valley right there, so I explain that. And the good thing about this, it's new, so the batteries, the hybrid battery, which is right there under these rear seats, it'll run the car, the engine, and it'll be off for about 25 minutes. I'm only drawing 10 amps, so that actually shouldn't be an additional draw on the hybrid battery. Drawing 10 amps from the this is where the 12-volt battery is. All right, from the battery, because as you saw, the fuses up front, they're already drawing. I saw 50 amps, 20 amps, 15 amps, 10 amps, 5 amps. So a 10 amp draw, which is about 1,000 watts, if I'm not mistaken, to charge the lithium battery, it's pretty decent and normal, so it won't destroy the battery. Now the inverter I'm going to have back here is only going to be charging the deep cycle lithium battery that I'll be using for my accessories, cooking, my computer, etc. All right, and when those supplies get here, I'll do a video. I'll start adding more accessories to this build, but the main things are I'm using this for a cargo area and to camp. So, and I'm in an SUV, I'm not in like a van, so I have to pull the cargo out before I can actually set up everything. So I have to be very organized on my approach. Let's take one last look at the space that the bed takes up, the Trifold bed. All right, yes, and I always keep the compressor, a tire inflator in my car, so I don't have to go to a community spot. Try to do everything myself, if possible. I do my own oil changes, spark plugs, and repairs. And again, the inverter, external inverter, that's going to be external of my lithium battery, is only going to be used to charge the lithium battery, and then everything else I'm going to attach to that lithium battery to power whatever electrical appliances I need. All right, so the lithium battery is a center. All right, and if you've been watching my videos, you know how long I drive. So 3 hours, hour, hour and a half, 30 minutes in between stops. So it can be charged at 1,000 watts with the inverter while I'm driving or while I'm idling. All right, because of the draw is only going to be 10 amps. I'm only taking an additional 10 amps. All right, so that's normal. That's a normal draw. Normal draw. All right, especially when I'm idle, because it's not going to be using all the capability, all the draw from the fuses that are already drawing that amperage already. 5, 10, 15, 20, 50. All right. So at idle, it's not going to be using everything. So if I just add my 10 amp draw to charge my lithium battery, it's just taking the seat of someone else that's off currently. And I can charge the lithium battery in an hour 20. All right. And power whatever appliances I need, to cook. Say full size electrical appliances, full size electrical devices, with the lithium battery being the center where I'm actually drawing the high current from. And then it's recharging with the 12 volt battery. Can we look at the 12 volt battery real quick, just so you can see where it is? So I'll attach the inverter onto this. And I'll draw 10 amps from the inverter that's attached to the battery. And we got, it says 55 amp hours. Oh, it actually says amp hours right there. 55 AH. It's upside down, you can see it though. Cold crank amps 345. So this is a relatively weak battery because the hybrid cars only use the initial battery, well, Toyotas anyway, to just turn on the computers, door locks, headlights, things like that. So we're not going to draw a lot of additional current from it, only about 10 amps. The hybrid battery will keep this charged. So we're not going to draw 100 amps from this battery, which the hybrid battery is charging this battery. All right, we can even go down to 8 amps. I don't think it's much of a difference, but that's the method we're going to use. We're just going to draw 10 amps from this the hybrid battery charging this battery. All right, because there's no alternator in hybrid cars, or at least the Toyota brands, and there's no alternator. The alternator is technically the hybrid battery. All right, and the recharge is the engine and the braking that recharges the hybrid battery, and then the hybrid battery charges this. So there is no alternator. All right, lastly, I'm gonna fold this up. There we go. So the black part is on the bottom. And this is how we can store it. I probably would store it back there. Let's see. I would store it like that to keep the cargo area clear during the day. And the appliances, well, we got to figure that out. Maybe somewhere in the front seat. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So, hope this video was informative and clear. You know, limited area, but it's much better than a car.